Hello students, in this video I want us to look at an area called the series in the topic sequences and series. Having discussed about what is a sequence, then it is worth noting that a series, it is actually the sum of the terms that are going to be found in a sequence. If for example we have our sequence 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10, somebody can ask us what is the series of that particular sequence. So a series is simply the sum of the terms that are in a sequence. This is going to be the same as 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus 10, and you should be able to get the answer for that particular case. You should be able to get the answer for that particular case, which is actually 30. So the sum of the terms in a sequence, they give us what we call a series. Now that we know that we have got the arithmetic sequence and the geometric sequence, again here we are going to have arithmetic series, which is actually the sum of the terms in an arithmetic sequence. The sum of the terms that are going to be found in arithmetic sequence, they will give us arithmetic series. And then also we have the geometric series, which is the sum of terms in a geometric sequence. I want us to do the illustration on how we get the arithmetic series and how we get the geometric series. But don't forget, a series is the sum of the terms. So if for example we have a geometric, we start with actually arithmetic. If we have arithmetic sequence that is like this, maybe we have it is 8, then we go to 12, then we go to 16, and then to 20, and then it continues like that, and then you are told find the sum of the first 6 terms. Find the sum of the first 6 terms. When it is arithmetic sequence, we normally use this formula to get the series. The Sn, the sum of the first n terms, is normally given by n over 2. Then you put a curly bracket, 2a into bracket n minus 1, then you multiply by d. That gives us the arithmetic series. Actually, it's not supposed to be sequence, but series. Like that. So in this case, n is the terms that we are looking the sum for. Our d is the common difference, and a we know is the first term. So in this case, our n is going to be equal to 6. Our d, it is the common difference, which we said it is the term minus what you have immediately behind. So in this case, 12 minus 8, which is the same as 16 minus 12, which is the same as 20 minus 16. All of that will give us 4. And then now our a is the first term, which is 8. Therefore, the sum of the first 6 terms will be given by 6 over 2, that is n over 2, into 2 times 8, we have plus there, plus n minus 1, which is 6 minus 1, then we multiply by d, which is 4. So this one will give us what? 6 divided by 2 is 3, 2 times 8 is 16, plus this is 6 minus 1, 5, 5 times 4, it is 20, which is going to be 3 times 36, which gives us what? Which gives us 108. So if we continue this, we have up to the 6th term. If we can have up to the 6th term and then we add them, they are going to give us 108. So when it is arithmetic series, it is actually the addition of the terms in the arithmetic sequence up to the term that you have been told. So the term that you have been told to calculate up to becomes your n. D is the common difference, which you calculate the same way we did with the sequence, and then a is going to be the first term. I want us to go to the geometric series. With the geometric series, we are saying it is the sum of terms that are going to be found in a geometric sequence. And a series of geometric nature is going to be determined by two formulas. The first one, Sn, is equals to A into R power n minus 1 over R minus 1. The second formula is Sn is equals to A into 1 minus R power n over 1 minus R. So for the first formula, it is normally applicable when R is greater than 1. Applicable when R is greater than 1. This one is applicable when R is less than 1. Applicable when R is less than 1. So if you have a sequence that is like this, maybe you have 2, then it goes to 4, then it goes to 8, then it goes to 16, like that. We can be able to see that in this case, to get the next term, we are multiplying by 2. To get the next one, you multiply by 2. To get the next one, you are multiplying by 2. So this is a geometric kind of a sequence where R is the same as 4 over 2, which is the same as 8 over 4, which is the same as 16 over 8. In all instances, it is going to give us an answer of 2. So that is our R. And then A, it is actually going to be the first term. And in this case, if we are told we determine the sum of the first 5 terms, therefore our n will be equal to 5. And then we can say S5, which is the sum of the first 5 terms, will be given by A, which is 2, plus, not plus, but multiplied by 1. No, in this case, our R is greater than 1, so we use the first formula. So it's going to be 2 power 5 minus 1 over R minus 1, which is 2 minus 1. In this case, you will find what? 2 raised to power 5 gives us 32. So this is 2 into 32 minus 1 over 2 minus 1, which is 1, which will be 2 times 31 over 1, which will actually be 62. So the sum of the first 5 terms in this particular sequence will be equal to 62. Would be equal to 62. Let us see a case where R is less than 1. Like for example, you can be given this particular kind of a sequence where you are given 64, then it goes to 32, then it goes to 16, like that. You can be able to realize that to get the next term, we are dividing by 2, or we are multiplying by a half. In this case, our A is going to be equal to 64. Our common ratio is going to be 32 over 64, which is the same as 16 over 32. In all cases, it is going to give us a half. And then, if we are finding the sum of the first 6 terms, then our n will be equal to 6. In that case, you can be able to realize that our common ratio is less than 1. And because it is less than 1, we can only use the second formula for calculating the geometric series. And then we can say that the sum of the first 6 terms will be given by A, which is 64, into bracket 1 minus R, which is a half, power n, which is 6. Then we divide by 1 minus R, which is a half. In this case, we'll find it's going to be 64 into bracket 1 minus 0.5 raised to power 6, which is the same as 0.016 divided by 1 minus a half is the same as a half. This is the same as 64 into 0.98, which is the same as over a half, which will be equal to 63 over a half. which is actually going to be 126, which will be equal to 126. And by so doing, you have determined the arithmetic series. So you need to know when we come to the series and the series is geometric, you can either use the first formula, which is only applicable where the common ratio is greater than 1, or we can use the second formula where the R is less than 1, and then you can be able to get that. But don't forget, the series is simply the summation of the terms that are going to be found in a sequence, whereas the sequence is actually the arrangement of those particular terms. So you need first of all to determine whether the sequence is geometric or arithmetic, so you can be able to understand which formula that you are going to use, so that now you can get the correct value for that particular question. I think by so doing, you can be able to solve any question that comes in this particular topic. I want to stop there for now and wish you a good understanding. Thank you very much.